Hello everyone, today we are going to do a lab session together. We are going to create a REST API using Amazon API Gateway and then work with Amazon API Gateway data models. We are going to set up Amazon API Gateway resources and methods. Later we are going to test, and finally we are going to deploy Amazon API Gateway REST API. Let's get started. Let's first go to API Gateway. We can find it in under services, but I already have that here, so let's start with that. We are going to select REST API. Items API, description, regional, and these are other options: edge optimized, private, create API. From the API we need to create the model now. Models, create a model. Model name will be item, content type. I'm just going to clear that and then enter mock data item description, and this is the schema. Oops, sorry, come here. Our JSON schema, object number, string number, and create. Now that we have an individual item model defined, now we will create a model that represents a list of items. Let's go and click on create a model and enter name, items, application JSON, description, list of mock data items, and then let's copy model schema code and create. I didn't replace my API ID, which is just here. Okay, let's try again. Now it's created. Now we need to create resources. Let's go and create a resource. Source path and will be /n items, and create the resource. We are going to create method to retrieve the items. Method type get mock, generate response based on API gateway mappings and transformations, and create method. Method execution table is displayed. This diagram shows the standard flow of our request made to API gateway endpoint in case of get items, and on the left, client, which requests and receives data. Moving clockwise is the method request get items. Next is the integration request, endpoint, and integrations response. In this example, we are using mock endpoint, but this can represent an AWS Lambda function or existing HTTP endpoint. Finally is the method response, which returns a 200 HTTP status to the client, which returns a 200 HTTP status to the client, which returns a 200 HTTP status to the client. Now from integration response, we are going to edit. Let's scroll down on the mapping templates, generate items template, We are now going to replace the code and save. For each loop in JSON above, iterates through the array 1, 2, 3, and ID value of the item will match the current element of the for each loop. The price value of the item will be ID value multiplied by 1.5. Finally, the name of the item will be concatenated string made up of item plus the ID value. When you test this API endpoint in the next lab step, you should expect to receive an array of 3 items. Create resource. Resource part is now items / items / and then we are going to add ID resource name. Create resource. Now create a method, mock, and create. Method type. Get again and get mock and create method. Integration response. Integration response is here. Edit. Mapping templates. Add mapping template here. Generated template will be item model. And we are going to replace that and save. Now we are going to test. Let's go to get here, test. Let's test items, latency, status, response, items 1, 2, 3, logs and items. Method completed with status 200, which was expected. Okay, let's go to other one, ID 3, test. Yes. Method completed. Now the test is finished successfully. We are going to deploy API. New stage, stage name dev, and deploy. It's now successfully deployed. Now let's copy the invoke URL and test. Missing authentication token. Let's add items here so we can see the items, and if we say item, add items, item 8, this is missing, and 3. Let's delete items. Okay, try that way. Item, don't mention the item, just say 8. And now we can see that. Let's try 3, and that's how it should work. That was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.